Snowflake Purse Nail Product Purse Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be showing you this bag that is also part of a nail kit. So it was filled with all sorts of nail goodies, including a cuticle nippers, a bunch of files, some UV remover stuff, all kinds of things in the bag. And the bag itself is gorgeous. It's a really dark blue. It's really nice. It's very wintry. And surprisingly good quality. Like, I'm going to show you the zipper. It's really just like one of those things that, I don't know, it's nice. Anywho, I was going to show you this and show you how I painted the snowflakes and all of this stuff on the back side of it, just because I like the kind of falling wintry stuff. So I hope you guys like this, and if you are interested in the bag, I have a pretty significant coupon code that I will put in the description box below, so check that out. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So to start with, here is the box that it came in. And the same thing, if you are going to be, say, looking for a Christmas gift for somebody that is a nail enthusiast, this is perfect. I mean, the box is really nice. The packaging all came really nice, and everything fits into that bag, which it holds a lot. So that's kind of a nice little surprise there. So here we go, unzip it. Like I said, that zipper, you can just tell, I don't know if you guys have ever had a purse that the zipper sticks. That is the most aggravating thing in the whole world. This one's not that way. So everything was in there, like I said. So I'm just going to kind of go through it piece by piece to show you what all came in the set. The first thing, this is a nail brush, and it looks like a tube of lipstick, which is just cute. It's a very soft brush, so it's going to be good for removing things like chrome powder, that kind of dust, not like nail dust during the nail prep process, but that other kind of product dust it'll definitely work for. Then there's a little cuticle pusher. There is, let's see what's next on the list. There were 2 packs of these actually, and these are some, it's gel polish remover little wipe things that you can just peel off, and then you stick your finger right into the little pack. So I don't know exactly how many were in there, but there were 2 sets of them, so there was quite a few. Then there is a padded file that I think is 100 and 150 grit, so one side is 100 and one is 150. And it's a padded file. Those are always nice. And then there was a file that wasn't a padded file, and as you can see, I'm struggling with packaging. That is kind of another thing, like nail glue. If you guys watch my channel a lot, you know that I have issues with nail glue. I also have issues with packaging stuff. So there was a padded and then just a cardboard file in there, just like a normal file. A cuticle nippers, and the cool thing with the cuticle nippers and the fingernail clippers is that they are black stainless. It's a coated stainless steel, I believe. And they're very elegant looking, and they're effective. Cuticle nippers, that's another thing where sometimes you just get some and they don't do what they're supposed to do, and that is so aggravating if that happens to you. These ones are decent. They aren't the best I've used, but those are going to run you like $80-$90. I know some of them that I've used in the salon I used to work at, they were pricey little buggers. So, but these are definitely decent. They're going to do what they need to do. And then it came with 2 brushes, a bigger flat brush that would be really great for cleaning up smile lines, and then a really nice skinny little striper brush. And then here's that little fingernail clippers, like I mentioned. It's also that coated black, which is really pretty. So that's all the stuff that came in like the nail art kit. So it's a pretty, it's like a prep kit as far as more than like nail art. But there are the 2 brushes, or I guess 3 brushes considering the fluffier one. And then there's also a nice strap that is, it's got chains for, I don't know, it's like 14 inches on each side, and then the leather top to keep it more comfortable on your shoulder. So you can just clip those on. They've got the little lobster claw clips like so. So now to actually start the tutorial and the fun part. So whenever I get stuff, I like to personalize it. Like, I was Black Friday shopping like a crazy person, and I got a pair of shoes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to paint these things. So that's just kind of how things go for me. But I took multi-surface paint, and I'll get into that more in just a moment. But I have some white paint, and I'm going to be adding stripes or lines going down from that upper stitching line. So just coming down. The most I did was about halfway down the width of, or I guess not width, but the height of the bag, halfway down. And so I'm just going to take those lines, and I varied them so that they weren't all the same length. They just kind of ebbed and flowed. And then I'm going to take and partway down each of the lines, and not on the same spot, so it's not like a straight line if you lined up all of them. I'm going to make little snowflakes, and I have 3 snowflake patterns. So here's the first one, and then after I came up with my 3 patterns, I just put them on repeat and did the same thing over and over again. So there's the first one. Here's the second one. So the first one I did just like a little hexagon going around those 6 lines to start with. Then I add triangles off of those and then a V shape on the end of each of the longest lines. The second one I did more of like a polka dot type pattern. Then this last one, same thing, starting out with having the 6 lines, your little pie, and then I'm going to be adding little V's in between each of those sections, and then little lines coming off from the center point of the V's, and then adding those little V's off of those. So it's a V, a line, a V, and then another set of V's along the longest lines, just like so. So now, after I have all of my snowflakes done so far, I'm going to go and I'm going to take that bigger flat brush. I'm going to paint my largest dots, because I have along the line of those original lines, I have snowflakes and dots for the most part. And in the very end, I do either have a dot on a few of them, otherwise there is a ornament or 2 styles of bows. So after I have those biggest dots in place, I'm going to add ascending and descending smaller polka dots from that. So a little bit smaller, then a little bit smaller yet, and so on. So then I'm going to be taking that bigger flat brush. I'm going to be painting my little ornaments, very simple ornaments. So I did 2 ornaments on the back of the bag. One of them I added a bow to, one of them I did not. I just decided not to make them the same. They weren't the same size. I'm like, you know what, this one doesn't need a bow. So the second one I didn't get a bow. But for the first one, very simple. It's basically a circle with a little knob on top of it. That's all you have to do for your ornament shape. And then I'm going to be painting, like I said, 2 styles of bows. So I did one that was like a thick ribbon style bow. This is that one. And then the other one I did was a thin ribbon style. So I didn't actually just fill them in solid. I took and I kind of brushed my multi-surface paint in a little bit from the edges and just kind of carried that through. So now, like I was mentioning, that multi-surface paint, this is going to be found with the other acrylic craft paint. So this is, you can get at Walmart, any kind of a craft store, any place that has acrylic craft paint, which if they have a craft department, they're going to have that kind of a paint. And it says multi-surface on it, and on the back, if you read on it, it's indoor-outdoor paint that can be put in the dishwasher. It can you can cook it in the oven. I mean, it's really a pretty useful paint that can be used on almost anything. And that is the best paint and the only paint that is going to stick to something like this bag that's got a little bit of a shine to it where the paint won't soak in. So then after I have all my painting done, I'm going to take, and I have a glitter gel polish that is sort of a silver and gold chunky glitter mix. And I'm going to be applying that over my ornaments and over the bigger bows at the bottom, and then over the biggest dots on my lines. So after I have that done, before I cure it, I'm going to start adding some rhinestones. So in the middle of those bigger dots along on the lines, I added a nice large gold rhinestone. It's very, very sparkly, and just kind of pressed it into that gold gel polish. Or it's gold and silver glitter, but into the gel polish. Just press that down in there and place those down. And then on the tops of the ornaments on that little knob, like I mentioned, I put 3 smaller gold rhinestones. After that's cured, I took some gel top coat, and I'm going to be adding a small gold rhinestone into the center of each of the snowflakes and into the center of the smallest of my dots along those lines. So there's not a gold rhinestone on all of them, just on some of them. I didn't want it to be the same. I wanted to kind of keep it all a little bit fluid. So when you have something like this and each line is different, everything has its own personality and its own pattern, it has a very effective way of making your eye travel and making your eye move, and it makes it just so much more interesting. It makes it look like there's so much more to see, and it just keeps you focused and engaged with it. So after that's done, go ahead and cure that again, and that is it. I absolutely love the way this turned out. It was definitely a fun little evening project after the baby went to bed. So I hope you guys like this as much as I do, and like I said, I have a pretty substantial coupon code in the description box below, so check that out if you're interested in the kit. It would really be a great gift for somebody that is a nail person, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!